Hi everyone, welcome to the weekly horoscopes. I would just like to take this opportunity to thank my sponsor for this video, Keen. Keen offers 24/7 access to vetted psychics, astrologers, spiritual advisors on all areas of life, be it career, be it love, be it family. They are so easy to access, and if you join via the link below, you will be able as a new customer to have the first 10 minutes for $1.99. Prices do vary for each individual advisor. You'll be able to see whenever you sign up and are looking at them, depending on what area of life it is that you want to look into. Keen is by far one of the most affordable sites on the net for spiritual advice. I'm not offering private readings at the moment, but I recently was able to speak with an astrologer on there called Rick, who was very impressive. As someone who's very into astrology, I myself can find it hard to be objective depending on my own transits. It's really good to talk to someone who's an objective eye and knows nothing about you. And he was able to look at my birth chart and see exactly what was coming up for me, which was super impressive and so easy to access. I think after I picked him, I was talking to him on the chat feature with maybe 5-10 minutes, that quick. It's also a wonderful way to build a rapport with these spiritual advisors that can lead you to intention setting, to gaining more clarity on other matters, to have chakra cleansing. It is a great start for your spiritual journey if there is something that you need information on. As one of the most affordable sites, Keen also offers you weekly discounts via email once you sign up. I strongly recommend it. It is a wonderful site, and it's actually how I learned the meaning of tarot cards way back 10 years ago when I started my tarot journey. It has so much information and such wonderful advisors. I strongly recommend it. Have a check it out, and I will see you in the weekly scopes. Bye. Hi Cancer, welcome to your weekly tarot scope. See what's going on for you in the cards, because in the sky it's all been very changeable, very up in the air, and you're closing out some very important cycles. You're having some very different new beginnings, and Mercury is finally about to go direct in your sign. Hurrah! That one was tough. I think if you had water sign in your chart, that Mercury was not your friend. Or maybe you really revised a lot and learned from it, but either way, let's have a little look and see what the cards have to say for you. Dear Cancers. King of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Four of Wands, Five of Swords, and the Moon. Okay, so there is a bit of anxious energy going on for you, Cancer. A lot of changes. Now, there is a new moon in your sign coming up, not this week, but it's the second new moon in your sign, and this time it won't be tainted with Mercury retrograde. So I think for a lot of you, if you are working from home or own a home business or have been concerned about family, things are going to start to go a lot better, especially if there's been a lot of sleepless nights and anxiety and big changes, death cards surrounding this. I think you're going to start to feel a lot better. There is a sense here that not all is clear just yet. I hope you can hear me. I'm talking into the microphone, but my computer is overheating, so I'm hoping that the volume is right, but one can only hope. I feel like in terms of business or a relationship with an earth sign or family dynamic, things are going to start going a lot better, but there is a lot that you don't know, and it's not that you should be worried about it, but it's that you need to be open to receiving some more information. And I'm not saying it's necessarily about a person. I'm telling you that it's more about a feeling. It's more about a download of some kind. Let's see what we've got with that. Seven of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. Yes, in terms of your future, there is still more information that you need. It's kind of like you're waiting on something to come through. And I think for a lot of you, you have to be very patient with this, because the future is not quite set in stone at the minute. This was one of the problems with doing the Cancerian in general. It was just that your day-to-day life, Cancer, is changing so much. Your world is changing so much that it's quite hard to pinpoint or pin down what is coming in for you. You know, these are very ambiguous future cards. There's a requirement to be patient. There's a requirement to know that there are actually opportunities coming in for you, but they're just not obvious right now. You have to be open to receiving them. But there is a need to take heed in the fact that in your relationships, your closest relationships and the home, especially the children, I feel like there is good news coming in. Things are going to start to feel a lot more comfortable for you. And there's some beautiful dragonfly energy here about spiritual feelings with possibly deceased loved ones, you know, connecting with people that have passed, maybe visiting memorials or that kind of thing. For a lot of you, this is reuniting with your family, maybe after quarantine. But the Five of Swords is the challenge. So there is a sense of competition or fear, a fear-based mentality in terms of winning, and this could actually disconnect you quite a bit from people, Cancer. I feel like there's a little bit of suspicion in the air for you. I feel like you're feeling a little bit maybe hurt by something somebody said. Maybe the miscommunications of Mercury being retrograde in your sign have been quite hurtful. I'm going to clarify it and see what it is. Let's see. Okay, so there are a lot of secrets around you, and that's not to make you feel anxious. It's just that, you know, secrets are between two people. So I feel like for you, it is just that maybe you and someone else have a secret understanding. You and someone else have an idea about a plan that you're making, possibly on behalf of children. There's a need to act with integrity. There's a need to be, you know, honest with yourself, honest with your heart, to trust your intuition on things, to feel like you know, because you are very intuitive, but the eclipses can really mess you up as a Cancerian. I feel like there is a potential this week for a lot of misunderstandings. I wouldn't make any big solid decisions until Mercury goes direct in your sign. Maybe even until it's out of shadow. So delay any major decisions until the end of the month, because everything will have slow starts and require a lot of readjusting. I think that your fears are maybe getting in the way of your connections, and I think you need to focus very much, at least this week, on family and home. You know, spending more time with your kids, reconnecting with friends and family, nourishing your soul with connections. Because in terms of career and in terms of the future, there's so much uncertainty, Cancer, that you need to be looking after yourself better. I'm going to draw some oracle cards here and see what we get for you. Inner peace. I am enough. Okay, so focusing on your inner peace. Focusing on, there's a sandwich there, there's water there, there's journaling there. Time alone, spending time in nature, connecting to the stars, connecting to the earth, connecting to the ground. With the silver waterfall, there's a need to protect and cleanse your energy, especially if you do spiritual work or you are watching, you know, even if you're watching a lot of tarot readings, just an FYI, because you know, energy is energy and you can connect very deeply to it. Just make sure that you are taking time for yourself and you're not overloading and feeling anxious or feeling worried about things, because I just think there seems to be an anxiety, and I do think it's Mercury, so be careful with that. It can skew things, especially in an eclipse, you know. Your inner peace and looking after yourself is the most important thing, Cancer. Oh, resolving conflict. Okay, so if there has been conflict or things have been going wrong, particularly with family or with a partner, I feel like there is a lot of resolve coming. I feel like you could be dealing with someone who actually has their own demons, someone who goes through a lot of anxiety, somebody who can feel quite unworthy, somebody who can get very defensive when they're going through anxiety, somebody that can be very snappy. But the difference is, I feel like they keep their stuff to themselves very, very strongly. Now that could be you, but it could make you suspicious of them when they're actually going through a period of confusion themselves. Which is why I just feel with the moon card, you know, tread carefully. You don't have all the answers, and people aren't necessarily, especially with Mercury in retrograde, saying what they mean. And I do think with the Page of Cups and the Four of Wands, there's actually someone that's a lot more shy and sentimental than they're letting on. So I hope you have a wonderful week, Cancer. Look forward to Mercury going direct. Take care of yourself. Protect your energy. You are enough. Right here it says so. You are enough. Go with compassion, understanding, and patience. Have a wonderful week.